a lot of people talking about it. And again, some of the people have knowledge, and people don't have knowledge. And sometimes people try to do the tafsir of the Quran, from they listen to the YouTube about uh, again, Allah Azza wa Jal, when you mention about the Quran, Allah Azza wa Jal says, Alif Lam Mim, ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. Allah Azza wa Jal, when He mentions something about the Quran, He said, that book, it's no doubt about it, هدى للمتقين. Lately, some people, they try again, they try to explain the Quran as it is, again, as a, like a science, and again, as a math book, as a geology book. And the people, they try to explain it, they just like learn something from YouTube and go with it. Some people, they say, the Quran mention, sometimes the water is 71 times, and the land is 71 times. And if you look at yourself, you already like 71% water and 31, whatever, 29% dirt. And they try to explain things, what they hear, and they try to explain the Quran. For the Quran, Allah Azza wa Jal, He told us, قال فاسألوا أهل الذكر إن كنتم لا تعلمون. If we need something from the Quran has the people of it, the scholars, the people, the knowledgeable people. We're not going to take something and run away with it because it sounds right. Because a lot of times we're going to get in a problem that sometimes people will give you an idea, and you take it and you tell it to somebody, and you try to convince that person, and all of a sudden, guess what? Your calculation is wrong, and your information is wrong. But he's not gonna think that you're wrong. He thinks the Quran is wrong. Allah Azza wa Jal. Even if you open the hadith, there is no hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mention the yabisa is this and the water is this, or the distance between this, and neither the Sahaba. Why? Because the Quran, Allah Azza wa Jal says, وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا أَوْ قَدْ أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ تِبْيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. It is tibyan for every single thing, but it's not for everybody to discuss the Quran. We're not the scholar. There is people, scholar even didn't even touch it. Why? Because the Quran is an amana. You cannot just translate something because you think it sounds good. And with us, brothers, we need to watch out again. Allah Azza wa Jalla, again, never mentioned the Quran. It is the book of history because Allah mentioned it. I'll mention the history of the nation before us. But is it the history book? It's not. Allah mentioned about the biology of us, but it's not a biology book. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, Hudan lilnas. This book is Kalamullah. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, Ar-Rahman allama al-Quran. That's what it is. It never says it's a book of science. It never says it's a book of chemistry. It never says, despite if you look in it, you'll find every single thing in it. But it's not for you to find. There is a lot of people, a scholar. To make a statement, you have to be a scholar. You have to study every single thing. It's not by theories, not because science or knowledge. It can be by theories. Why? Because I say that. I could be wrong. Then I will adjust my theory. Then I said, somebody else come and prove it wrong, which is okay. I make mistakes. Scholars make mistakes. The scholar put theories, and somebody else came and debunked that. Go ahead.
Can I add to that? This is a very important topic, actually. You've seen a lot of posts or videos about the counts in the Quran and other scientific miracles. I'm not going to talk about scientific miracles, just talk about the numerical miracles. They will say, for example, the word day comes in the Quran, 365 times, or, like he said, the ocean is mentioned, 71 times, and Earth is mentioned 33 times, and that's the proportion of the moment. All of those kinds of counts, and for example, the word month comes 12 times. Subhanallah, what a miracle! Actually, all of that is actually incorrect. Most of it is incorrect. That is not what's in the Quran. It's become famous because, like he said, it sounds right, but actually is really bad. And what he's saying is, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, don't just hear something and just pass it on, right? about what you hear from the Quran, because actually you're spreading false information. So be extremely careful about that. There are scholarly articles I've actually looked. I personally counted. Those counts are wrong. A lot of those counts are not right, and the people use them, propagate to show the miraculous Quran. There's a lot of new Muslim converts that share that, and they're like, "Oh, Quran is such a miracle, subhanallah." Based on those things, Quran is not a miracle because of the science, and it's because of its mathematical structure. That's not why it's a miracle. It's a miracle because of the guidance that's inside of it that is not found anywhere else. So that's the key topic. This is a much bigger discussion, but I just wanted to comment and kind of eradicate some of those things that you may have heard or know. Don't spread that, because a lot of it is not.
See, but and again, there is a lot of people even try to explain it. They're not knowledge in the language. See, again, to take that word, because sometimes the word they come in different words,
Different
the different forms. Too many times, it's like it could be like it could be.
They have to know Arabic.
Yeah, you have to be very, not just Arabic, you have to be a scholar in Arabic to know it. And for the Quran, we have to be very careful. You know, other thing I can, as I told you, other books I can say anything, and you'd say no, it's wrong. I said maybe, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Then I will take your. But when it comes to the Quran, the word of Allah, Nasallallahu Azza wa Jal, to be again to be guided, it has people. It has a scholar. You have to go to the scholar. It's not you for you to spread it. Even if he tell you there is people scholars they are better than us. نسأل الله العزيز القدير أن يعلمنا ما ينفعنا وأن ينفعنا بما علمنا. اللهم زدنا علما. اللهم يا حنان يا منان يا ذا الجلال والإكرام يا واحد أحد يا فرد صمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. اللهم إننا نسألك باسمك العظيم وباسمك الأعظم الذي إذا سئلت به أعطيت وإذا دعيت به أجبت أن لا تجعل لنا ولأحبتنا وللمسلمين جميعا في هذا المقام وفي هذه الساعة ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا دينا إلا قضيته ولا مريضا إلا شفيته وعافيته ولا ضالا إلا هديته ولا عدوا إلا قهرته ولا سائلا إلا أعطيته ولا ولدا إلا أصلحته ولا خائفا إلا أمنته ولا جائعا إلا أطعمته ولا مشردا إلا أويته ولا جريحا إلا دويته ولا شهيدا إلا قبلته. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين. أعلي كلمتي الحق والدين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين في كل بقاع الأرض. اللهم انصر إخواننا في فلسطين وغزة ولبنان. اللهم انصرهم في كل مكان. اللهم كن لهم عونا ونصيرا. اللهم أيدهم بمدد من عندك. اللهم ثبت أقدامهم. سدد رميهم. اللهم انصرهم على من عاداهم. اللهم نصرك المؤزر نصرا يشفي صدور قوم مؤمنين عاجلا غير آجلا يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم عليك بأعداء الدين فإنهم لا يعجزون. اللهم إننا نجعلك في نحورهم ونعوذ بك من شرورهم. اللهم إنهم طغوا في البلاد فأكثروا فيها الفساد فصب عليهم يا ربنا صوت عذاب إنك لبالمرصاد. اللهم إنا نسألك من خير ما سألك عبدك ونبيك وحبيبك ومصطفاك سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ونستجير ونستعيد مما استجار واستعاذ به منك وبك عبدك ونبيك وحبيبك ومصطفاك سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا تقبل دعاء. رب اغفر لي ولوالدي رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. بارك الله فيكم وجزاكم الله خير. إن شاء الله tomorrow.
One more thing. I want to, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give Sheikh Abu Nabil
Shifaa.
what is Quran for? So what he recited today, mashallah, so beautiful, Surah Al-A'raf, the first two and a quarter pages. That's what Quran is for. So when it's recited, you're reminded of the lessons from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He's teaching us in the Quran. Like today, I'm listening and He's reciting, and I needed to hear that today. Wallahi, I was enjoying it so much. And that's why I let him be. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make his head strong and make him able to memorize more of the Quran, and all of us among us That's the purpose of the Quran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches the beautiful language of the Quran so that we can enjoy it. Just like